Hello. The day before yesterday, April 7, 2012, the legendary CBS journalist Mike Wallace passed away at the age of 93. It seems that not even the most intelligent people can live forever. The other day, I read the following news report through a Facebook friend. According to that article, Albert Einstein's brain was divided into sections, preserved, and examined closely after he died at the age of 76. As far as I know, Russian people did the same thing with Lenin's brain because they believe he was a genius. I doubt that the brains of the geniuses would have significant biological differences from the brains of the rest of us. Actually, I would be more interested in tapping into the cognitive processes of geniuses when they were still alive or they are still alive. For instance, it is more useful to know how they collect, categorize, evaluate, and analyze information and come up with solutions and innovations. Furthermore, it is said that most human beings only use 10 to 15% of their brain cells throughout their lifetime. If we could figure out how to use our brains more thoroughly and efficiently, for example, to use 70% instead of 15% of our brain cells, we will be much more intelligent and productive. It is possible that those geniuses like Einstein just used more percentages of their brain cells than other people. In that case, their brains were not necessarily larger than the brains of other people. By the way, unlike most Russian people, I don't think Lenin was a genius. Because it seems to me that Lenin misinterpreted the works of Karl Marx, who proposed his theories about capitalism and the progression of human society, based on the productivity and civilization of the society. Thanks to Lenin's misinterpretation and his autocratic successor Stalin, the so-called capital socialism camp appeared during the Cold War. Millions of people were persecuted and lots of resources were allocated to arms race. The world was at the brink of a nuclear war in the Cuban Missile Crisis in the 1960s. All these disasters could have been avoided were it not for Lenin's misinterpretation of the works of Karl Marx. In my opinion, the former Soviet Union, Cuba, Vietnam, North Korea, or China, none of these countries was or is practicing socialism or communism in the real sense of Karl Marx's works. The leaders in these countries misinterpreted and distorted the theories of Karl Marx and used them for their own benefits and purposes. Essentially, they were or are practicing autocracy rather than democracy. During the Cold War, both the socialism camp and the capitalism camp mistakenly believed that what the socialism camp was practicing was real socialism or real communism. Due to the autocratic nature of the socialism camp, the words socialism and communism had a negative connotation and were stigmatized. Furthermore, another misconception is that the opinions of the people in a country equals to the opinions or the policies of the government. In fact, the people in a country do not necessarily agree with the opinions or the policies of their government. In my view, a socialism country in the real sense of Karl Marx's words can be a country with high tax rates and better social welfare. Some northern European countries such as Switzerland and Norway could be examples of that. The vision of Karl Marx is applaudable given the constraints of the time he lived in. As far as I'm concerned, his works and theories have both merits and flaws. It might be helpful to revisit his works and test his theories with current situation and practices. Thank you.